I'm a huge fan of psychology and I've been a student for a long time. I've read pretty much every psychology book there is out there, especially when it relates to business, specifically branding, differentiation, or how our brains work. And I think we are the least logical people on the planet. I think a rat in a maze uses more logic than human beings do. Um, I mean, if you think about statistics, as an example, the people that win the lottery, I believe the number is about 70% of the people that win the lottery end up being worse off than they were before winning the lottery. So think about that. Also, have you watched any shows about restaurant rescue or bar rescue or anything like that? And they do the restaurant makeover. Then 2 or 3 years later, they go back and where are they now type show. And again, most of them, not most of them, 60 or 70% of them are worse off because they don't know what success is. They don't know how to adjust. They don't know how to ask for help. They don't know how to hire a business coach or whatever it is. So they tend to be worse off. So a, a few weeks ago, I've been looking at or re-looking at cult leaders because there was a Netflix series on cult leaders. So of course, I had studied cult leaders and how they influence people. Now think about that. As a business owner, if you had the skills that the cult leader does and you used it for good, not to kill people, not to, mass suicides and stuff like that, but to actually help people, imagine the type of power that is. And we all have the ability to influence people. We all have charisma. We always all have the same tools available to us as the cult leaders do if we were to do some studying, right? So how does that relate to your construction renovation business or any business for that matter? Well, it goes back to branding and differentiation. Branding is a word that most people, especially in Facebook groups, hate to talk about because it's not something that they do, right? But yet, a name, a well researched name, a well researched company name is worth $100 million, in my opinion. A well researched name for a renovation construction business is worth $100 million. Look at Wow One Day Painting, look at CertaPro Painting, look at a number of other companies. I mean, outside the construction industry, look at McDonald's. I mean, they did it the hard way. McDonald's, is not synonymous with hamburgers. So they had to do millions and billions of dollars of marketing in order to tie the two together. But what if you were smart enough to do that and not spend the millions or billions of dollars that McDonald's spent already? This is what I'm talking about using subliminal messaging. Messaging that works on the subconscious brain, the same type of strategies that cult leaders, politicians, you know how politicians are, they can influence countries and people. Look at, Canadians as an example. Canadians are very polite, and 80% trust our leadership that should be in jail, but that's a whole other conversation, right? But he influences 80% of Canadians, and they trust him in all the scandals and all the bribery and all the different things. They still vote for him time and time again. How is that possible? Again, subliminal messaging. And the message is always the same. It's brainwashing. But again, how can we use these techniques to promote your construction renovation business, right? And if you go on any Facebook group for construction groups, 330,000 members, most of them don't do any marketing, don't do any branding. Then they wonder, well, why can't I attract quality people? Well, think about it. You're not doing anything to attract them. So why would they come to you? Why would they sign up for a waiting list next time you have an opening, right? So I have tons of other videos that talk going to deeper about what branding is, what differentiation is, and how to use these a business blueprint to grow your business to 5 million, 10 million, $20 million. We've helped over 1,000 small companies that were doing under $2 million. Today, over 1,000 of them are over the $20 million mark. So just using some of these strategies, and branding is just one of the 33 tools. There are 6 other leverage tools. A mortgage is a leverage tool. So you take 100,000, you buy $1 million house with it. The same thing should apply to your business. I mean, you're about finding the best chop side, the best tool for the job site. What about the business side of the business? What if you could get a tool that could help you grow your business to $1 million, $2 million, or $5 million? Why aren't you researching those tools? Would love to hear your questions, comments below, and let's have a discussion about branding. Let me know what you think about cult leaders. We'll talk soon. Take care.